Hello, folks. Welcome to The Funeral by Ken Weene and Umar Abdul.
The action takes place in one set over two scenes. Scene 1. Floodlight reveals a sitting room of a family of average income. The decor and setting reflects the abode of a lover of arts. This includes paintings or framed photographs on the wall and a number of books. There are a couple of tables, a small sofa, and a couple of chairs. Stage right, there is a door to the outside. Back wall, there is an opening to another room. That opening is covered with a blanket or drape. Loud knocking at the outside door, once, twice, and Opalua enters from the rear carrying a large book. He goes to the door and turns the doorknob. Adaguba, the landlord, bulls into the room, pushing Opalua on his way in. The book falls out of the hands of Opalua. He bends to pick up the book. As he bends, Adaguba interrupts him.
Don't! That can wait. I'm here for something serious.
You almost knocked me over, landlord. What is the urgency? I hope all is well.
Adaguba selects a chair and calmly sits. Takes a moment to adjust himself for comfort.
Now, ask your questions again. I want you to feel the stupidity in your own tone.
You insult me.
You insult yourself, Opalua. Yes, you insult yourself. If you are not comfortable with the way I enter my own house, you may pack up and out.
Opalua drops the book on a table.
I did not complain.
You said that I knocked you out.
You pushed your way into my home and knocked the book out of my hand.
Adaguba stands up, goes to inspect one of the paintings on the wall.
And you said you did not complain? Let me remind you that I built this house with my sweat, with my money.
Touches the painting. The painting almost falls off the wall, but he manages to put it in place.
Your home? This is my property. Get used to me coming in and going out anyhow I like. By the way, where is your wife?
She has gone out. She will be returning soon.
Adaguba, acting as if he has suddenly remembered something important.
I did not ask. You ask if all is well. Is all well to you?
What do you mean, Adaguba?
Adaguba is sitting back in the chair.
Stupid is he who asks a man bearing his mother's coffin on his head if all is well.
My condolences, sir. I did not know you had lost your mother.
Adaguba stands in anger.
May thunder vent its axe on your foolish head. My mother is well. Is all well with you that your neighbor has lost his wife to the wicked claws of death?
It has been weeks now. In fact, almost a month since.
Adaguba goes to inspect yet another painting.
That is so. Then it will be time for the burial.
I was told the burial is in 2 weeks' time.
Adaguba, pointing at the painting.
That's good. Quality work.
Turns to face Opalua.
The burial is in 2 weeks' time. Did she not tell you that I was here yesterday?
She did not tell me. How would a dead woman tell me?
Indeed. Your wife, Opalua, your wife. Or is your wife a dead woman? I told your wife about the contribution. Has she not told you?
She said that you had come, and that was some form of luck that you would come again.
And now it is your luck that here I am.
The luck of the hyena is seldom the good fortune of the wildebeest.
What did you say?
I said it is good fortune indeed.
Adaguba starts back towards the chair, stops midway.
If that is all she told you, let me tell you now in person that it takes two hands to rub each other clean. We have agreed to help your neighbor in the coming funeral of his wife.
That is true. We must help our neighbor. Every evening I go to his rooms to keep him company. It's bad to be without a wife.
Adaguba sits.
We must do more. We have agreed to pay money to help with the funeral cost.
Pay money? With times so harsh, how?
You're so stingy. Do you hide behind the harshness of the times? How much heavier are the times of those who do not share the load? Each tenant is to pay the small sum of 100,000 naira only.
Are we not to give and do as is our own volition?
Let me disappoint you that things are not done that way. You all pay to me, and I will give it to him.
What happens if I do not pay now?
Adagupa stands up and walks toward another picture. This one is of a Benny.
You back out of my house. If the meat of the vulture is not good enough for consumption, its feather should not be used for decoration.
I have already paid my rent for the year.
Are you helping to pay for the funeral or are you not? That, Opalua, is the question.
Even if I am to pay, then payment must wait for my wife. I give all the monies for domestic use to Abeni.
Such a husband. A strong man keeps his money in his own pocket. Allowing a woman to keep your money is giving her the power to be in control.
No matter who is in control, I cannot give you what is in her purse.
Adaguba, getting up from the sofa and walking to the door.
Then I shall come back tomorrow for my naira. All the other tenants have paid, so you too, be a man and pay your dues.
Adaguba opens the door and exits, slamming the door behind him. Opalua takes a beat, then goes to the door, opens it, and looks out as if to make sure the landlord has left. He is about to close the door when Abeni arrives carrying some shopping in plastic bags. Opalua takes some of the bags, and they enter.
Welcome home, wife.
Some welcome indeed. I saw that he-goat of a landlord banging his way out of our door.
Opalua, putting his bags on the table, and then taking the rest from Abeni and putting them down as well.
Indeed, the jackal has just left.
He makes a very sour face.
And what was his mission that he left my husband with the face of a man who has been eating the unripe tamarind?
To collect contributions for the funeral of our neighbor's wife. That was his mission. To demand naira be put in his hand, to then make him look the kind landlord.
Do we speak of our neighbor's wife or our landlord's mistress? Did you not tell him that he cannot fool anyone?
I don't understand it, Benny. His mistress? What do you mean?
Our neighbor is not always at home. I am. No one can better tell of the turbulence faced by the tree under the command of the breeze than the woman who resides under the tree. It is high time that he-goat of a man is told that the walls have ears and the shingles have eyes.
He demands that I must pay 100,000 naira.
Let me be the one to face him whenever he comes back. 100,000 naira, indeed.
Abeni picks up some of the bags from the table and carries them into the back room. She mumbles in anger as she goes. Opalua stands watching her at first. Once Abeni is out of view, he picks up the remaining bags and follows her. As he leaves the room, the stage goes black. Scene 2. Abeni is alone in the sitting room. Sitting on a sofa, she is knitting. There is a sudden knock at the door. Abeni does not respond at first, so there is another knock. Abeni, still intent on her knitting.
Must you break down the door before you know that there is a bell for you to ring?
Adaguba from outside.
It is your landlord.
And is the landlord unable to turn the knob and open the door?
Adaguba opening the door roughly and entering.
That is rude, wife of Opalua.
I am fine, thank you.
Where is your husband?
He is not here. Will you go meet him if I tell you where he has gone?
Questions do not answer questions. Where is Opalua?
You want to know where the man is before you start making romantic moves towards his wife?
Adaguba moves to sit next to Abeni. She moves away from him.
There you got it all wrong. Beautiful ladies are meant to remain forever beautiful. All you need is the right care, my interest in your well-being. That is what a weak man like Opalua cannot offer.
What do you seek here? What is it you want? Be quick. I'm too busy to make the conversation of a fool.
Your husband must have left you the contribution, 100,000 naira. Give it to me so I can be gone.
He reaches out his hand as if to accept the money.
Or perhaps you would prefer to entertain me as your guest. Then I might as well give it to you for your upkeep. Does not one pick from behind the fence what he then throws across the wall?
Money? Money for what? Why should we contribute to you?
Araguba, standing up.
Don't tell me that your husband did not tell you to keep some money for the funeral of your neighbor. We spoke only the other day.
That money. Ha! That money you will pay for us.
Hey, for you? Why would the aardvark bring a picnic to the ants?
Opalua, my dear husband, may be happy to learn you are making passes at his wife.
Wait. What are you trying to do? Blackmail me?
Blackmail is not my game. I tell the truth, Atuguba. I tell the truth that you cannot keep your penis where it belongs. I tell the truth of how years ago you flogged my ass with your palm. I told you then that I would one day use that same palm to slap your face.
Oh, and that will be your word against mine. Remember, I am a landlord, a man of importance and property.
A Benny, pacing the room.
How strong will your words be when our dear neighbor, whose wife we are burying, discovers that his last daughter is not his, but...
Aguba, trying to cover a Benny's mouth.
Hold it.
Araguba tries to silence a Benny, who struggles to free herself from his grasp. She breaks free, faces him.
Take your filthy hands away from my mouth. Do you think to cover the truth?
The truth? There is no truth with you. Remember, I am the landlord.
Yes, you are the landlord, and for that you receive rents, which we duly pay. However, you are also the father of Oj Efu, the daughter of our neighbor's dead wife. For that, you must duly pay as well.
Woman, what do you want? What is it that you demand?
From you, Mr. Landlord, nothing. You have nothing to offer. Get out of this home.
Araguba walking towards the door.
You said that I should pay for you.
Not anymore. My husband and I will pay. Your money is the crimson ass of a baboon, all show, yet still yielding shit.
No, I will pay. Nobody must know. You must not go
You
on.
cannot bribe me. You want to have affairs with your tenants' wives. How many other asses have you touched? How many breasts? You are an animal without shame. Leave.
I'm going. Just tell your husband that I'm honored to have paid his share of the contribution.
Araguba hurries out of the door, closing it gently as he goes. A Benny rubs her hands together as if cleaning them. Then she sits down and picks up her knitting. As she does, Opalua enters from the back room. Opalua with a mix of anger, sadness, and confusion.
My wife, I've heard everything.
Then you know the goat has been driven from the garden. He will not ask you for the funeral money.
Money? What do I care about money? He made passes at you. He touched you when I was not aware. What else have he failed to tell me?
I did not want to cause you pain. The first responsibility of a wife is to keep the pain away from her husband.
A Benny walks towards Opalua with her hands, her arms open. He pulls away.
The first responsibility of a wife is to keep lies away from her lips.
Opalua goes to the door, opens it, exits, slams the door behind him.
The biggest lie is the one men tell themselves, that it is they who are in control. No matter how hard or often a man may thrust or bang his spear, it is the woman's intelligence that solves the problems.
Lights out.